I think two myths permeate the VTuber space, and they're both somewhat intuitive, which makes them even worse because everyone believes them. And there's truth in both of them as well, but it's hard to really pick at them. The first one is it's all luck, right? That anything you can do pales in comparison to eventually being picked up by the algorithm, and all of a sudden all of your work being shown to everyone. And when everyone sees it for once, after all the hard work you put into it, when everyone sees it, they'll be compelled to follow it, like it, and share it. And the second myth is that you get proportionally what you put into VTubing or streaming or creating as you get out of it. Like, if you work this chunk at this consistency with this much effort, then you will become large. And I think both of them speak to the same issue, that there are seasons, right? There are seasons for growth and change, personal or otherwise, right? When you're working on yourself, when you are working out, or when you are otherwise practicing a skill, we want the results to come in immediately, right? We want to finish the workout and see the results in our body. We want to finish the drawing study and see the impact it has on the rest of our art. And when we don't, and we see other people succeed, when we see other people get what they want, seemingly instantly, or within a time frame that you're not always there for, like they will post their updates every week, and their week-to-week changes are fantastic, but you don't see them the entire week. You don't see their bloated days. I think both of these myths, that it's all luck and it's all work, come from looking at the same story of success and drawing different things, right? In the case of hard work and grinding out to be big, right? That everyone can do it. I mean, that's true. It's true. It's truer, I think, than it's all luck. Because at the very least, it gets you to do something, right? It gets you to put yourself on a schedule. It puts you on a routine. It's a hobby that you can use to build yourself out with. Holding yourself accountable is a skill that is often underutilized in our current day and age. So pushing yourself toward making deadlines and giving it your best go every day is ultimately the healthier myth to fall under. The issue with it, though, is that it falls under main character syndrome, right? You get in what you put out is good when the degrees of separation between you and what you want aren't that far. When you are working on your body, or when you're working on a skill that you have, really the only person that you are beholden to succeed is yourself. The degree of training you put in, the time that you invest in, that's all you. But the grindset begins to diminish the further and further away the source of your success comes from. Worse yet, if you put it in people who you do not know, right? The issue is that you might be putting all of that work in, but you know what? Everyone else is too. At least the best people are also putting that work in. You might not be head to head with people who don't put the work in, but when people do put the work in, you have to measure up against them, right? And you're all competing for the same viewer base. Because time is finite. People can only spend their days on so many things. And for it to be yours, you're incentivized to work extra hard or even harder. I think where the main crux of you get out what you put in comes from is that there will always be somebody who is looking for what you're putting out, like genuinely. There will always be a population who wants to see what you're working on. And the question becomes, how do you connect yourself to that population? If you truly get out what you put in, that implies that the right people are going to find you. Building a community isn't necessarily about converting people to your cult, so much as it is finding the people who innately like what you're doing, and leaning into them, and finding them, and holding the space for them. And who knows if those people even know you exist, or if those people even have the faculties. What if you have a really, really big following to be made in 40-something Brazilian parents who also do not enjoy milk, right? That's a very... your content might be perfectly catered to that, but how are they going to find you? If they don't like milk, very likely they're not going to be on the internet. because those two are connected somehow. And the second one, and believe me, we're going to go through it fast because it's much easier to go through. It's all luck. See, the thing about this myth is that it's true. There are these once-in-a-life moments, these once-in-a-life opportunities that you have to push. And some people are good under pressure. Some people can, without any building behind them, know what the next steps to take are, or have a manager, and know how to expand themselves that way. But the majority of us do not know. The majority of us need to train, because when the time comes, we have no idea whether or not we're going to be able to follow through. The issue with these two myths is that they don't come together, right? The issue is that there's no synthesis between these two conceptions, that you get out what you put in, and it's all luck. Because it is both. You get out what you put in because you work hard every day, show up every day, and build a loyal following that way. And when algorithm gets you, when you get picked up, are you going to have the skills you need to progress? Are you going to have the skills to go from good to great, to take advantage and become larger than life? Because I don't know about you, but I certainly don't, not yet. And I would like to, which is why I'm doing this. I've learned recently, by the success of a couple of videos, that I need to be more cogent. I think these need to be a little tighter. I think the ones that are successful are the tighter ones. Just between you and me. And that's what you should get from the end of this video. Ding ding ding, 10 minutes.